Most of us are focused on just getting past Halloween before we even start to think about anything in December. But time flies, and before you know it, the holidays, they will be here. And for a lot of us, that means one of the biggest times for spending all year. Will you be ready? Suli Richardson of Desert Schools Federal Credit Union is joining us this morning. She's here to tell us and give us some really solid tips on preparing early to avoid any undue financial stress. We're already stressed out enough, right? We don't want to add finances into it if we have to. And you have very clear, simple tips. Number one, you say make a list and check it twice.
Absolutely. Make a list and check it twice. But first of all, before making that list, figure out how much money you want to spend, because your list might be bigger than your bank account or your wallet. So figure out, put a cap on how much money you're willing to spend for the holidays, and then make your list from that.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right. And number two, you say you set a budget and stick to it. We often fall off of that.
Because the holidays are emotional. I mean, it's good, but sometimes our emotions make us spend money that we don't have. And to be true to ourselves is good to, make that list, stick to it, plan how much money you want to spend for individuals. Even organizations are giving, so that you have a plan and you don't overspend.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because you may, say, okay, I'm going to stick to this budget, but then you don't have it figured out on how much you want to spend for each person. Before you know it, you get the receipts and you're like, oh,
yeah,
I went way over, and that of course adds to the stress. Number three, you say open a holiday savings account.
Which should have been done already, but it's not too late. So get that account open, set it up on automatic deposit, where from your paycheck or from your bank account, where they're setting up automatic transfers.
All right, so how much should we be putting into that account?
You have to figure that out based on your budget.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
So figure out how much money you want to spend for the holidays, do the math, set it up with your payroll, and have it come out of every single paycheck.
All right, so you said it's a little late now, but we can do it for 2018.
Right, and still do it. I mean, do it now. Just start now, but then let it roll over.
But this is in savings, so we set it and forget it. We shouldn't be picking from it, right?
No,
Don't
name
touch it. Okay.
Put a name to it.
Okay.
So when you have that name, that means your money have a purpose. Because if you don't give your dollar a purpose, somebody else will.
Good point.
Right?
Good point. So set a name to it. Maybe give it a nice holiday name, and then it may earn a tad bit of interest.
A tad bit, but don't be, don't be discouraged from that.
Yeah.
The purpose is to save your money so that you have money for the holidays and you're not using credit.
All right. So tip number four, you say consider alternatives. What do you mean by that?
Well, sometimes it's not just about the money giving. Maybe it's giving of time, right? Especially if they have children.
I love that.
Sometimes they want something else besides just gifts. Maybe it's spending time, maybe it's doing a gift exchange, maybe it's doing food, maybe it's doing a potluck, maybe it's just doing an event, maybe helping a charitable organization instead of giving the gift, right? Get together as a family and go help somebody else.
And doesn't that feel good?
It
does.
To
me,
it does.
It feels really good. You guys have so many tools and resources for families to not only get ready for saving for the holidays, but year round.
Yeah, we do. So there is a list of resources that I provide when I teach classes, and it just gives people opportunity to see what's available to them if they're having financial struggles or just need to be in connection with a resource that they didn't even know was available to help them during their times of need.
But the goal is to save, and I don't think enough of us are doing that.
Yeah. So,
you sigh.
Well, because there was a study that was done most recently that said 60% of Arizona residents don't have a rainy day fund, and that's your emergency money. And that's good to have that, but it's also good to have funds for other things as well as the emergencies.
Perfect.
Right?
All right. We don't want the holidays to be an emergency. Great advice as always. If you want assistance with opening a holiday savings account or just any financial information, please contact Desert Schools Federal Credit Union 602-433-7000 or visit their website desertschools.org. And in this financial fitness tip, during the holidays, theft of all kinds is a serious concern, especially identity theft. So make sure to review your credit card and your bank statements regularly, even the small charges. For more financial help, call or visit a Desert Schools branch near you, 602-433-7000, or go online to desertschools.org.